Hello and welcome back to the Necromancer's Tale. We are continuing on our story from the other week. It's been a couple of weeks since we've played, but I've been dying to get back into this game and figure out more of the mystery, figure out whether or not we can do some good necromancy. We've recently in the game learned how to create a potion of torpor, which we drugged a fox with to test, and then we gave it to our mom so that she could help sleep. And then when we came home, we discovered that our house had been ransacked. And I believe that's exactly where we left off. We're at the beginning of chapter 4. I was trying to remember everything that we had done, and I tried to open up this book this morning and immediately got a conversation. So we're going to dive right into this. Unsure of what to do, I opened up the tome, and as if by magic, I found myself staring at a page entitled Grave Myst, though I had not recalled seeing it before. It was written in a few scripts, and I could only decipher a few, enough to know it was a form of gas trap. Would protect my home from further invasion. I need to find a way to decipher the rest of the page so I could prepare the ritual. I wondered if there would be something in my father's collection, assuming it hadn't been taken in the burglary. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this one in here. We don't know how to translate any of this, dude. Yeah, so we learned how to make torpor from like boiling nightshade using a lavender scented gas mask. This looks like maybe the tree we've been looking for. And then we also have the seance spell. Seance. So we learned how to do this entire thing. We needed a wood fire and Senegalia, Senegal. And a bunch of candles at the final resting place of the undead. So this was the other thing. We had a couple of clues for where to do that seance. So we'll do some wandering around. We'll see if we can find out some more books and whatnot. Oh, I guess Albert wants to talk. Ransacked house. Was it raccoons? It could have been. Is that French? I don't think so, but do we have any idea what the break-in is about? Your father was a much respected man in Marnes. I know not. There may be enemies unknown. He looks tired. Mama? She was sleeping peacefully for once. This will take ages to reorder. As Albert fretted, I scanned the books on the floor. The invader has pulled out titles on the sciences, journals, and books of esoterica I had not expected my father to own. They did not seem to inspect them thoroughly. A quick skim and discarded on to the next, perhaps looking for a letter or such hidden inside the tomes, hoping to find a lockbox disguised as a book. They're probably looking for the grimoire you have, you dum-dum. A particularly strange book stood out. Its cover was made of tree bark, and the pages were rougher than normal. Whatever had been used to ink the pages was thick with amber color and shone like glass. It felt old and primitive. I took it. Bark tome. Yeah, this is for sure. I had been correct. The writing did match. Although I know not the language I found myself studying, I was now ready to have Grave Myst revealed to me. Devil's Wood, yes, a cloud of noxious gas which may be bound to an area to protect it. A potent effect on mortal targets, making them fall deep in slumber. Some bark of the rare Devil's Wood is required for this incantation. To bind the spell to an area, place the bottle of smoke, sprinkle with graveyard soil, and chant the words Pulmones replere locum diablo sinerecta fata mortalium. Bury a personal item of whosoever you wish to not trigger the mist. Ooh. Okay. Devil's Wood grows in the deep forest in hollows and places where fairy mists congregate. Blackbark trees are characterized by their twisted branches which form the shape of tortured faces of humans and beasts. The wood should be burned in a very hot flame and its smoke captured in a jar. I know now what I needed to prepare for the protection ritual. It appeared to be a relatively benign incantation which would protect our home. The most difficult item to find would be the Devil's Wood. I informed Albrecht and set him to the task of restoring order to the house. The drawer was locked. I needed to find a key. Don't we have the key for this? Oh yeah, we've already taken everything out of this drawer. All right, well that was more straightforward than I thought it would be. Albrecht, I'm off to the woods, my boy. Good luck keeping everything in order. Drawn and relaxing? It's going to be a drawn and relaxing kind of day. That's for certain. Having the thing airdropped on you 3 times? The thing? Firewood. Oh, these are all my extra. We have a torch on us, right? Yeah. I feel like we have a lot of extra junk. Leather gloves, this leather coat. Oh, what was Mama just saying? I don't even know. Yeah, we can like throw this in here. We can throw this in here. I don't need all these torches. That'll keep us busy. You know what? I'm going to hit the auto sort button and see how it works. We have a bunch of holy water. We have a torpor potion. We have a party dress. Oh, that would be my mother's. So we could bury this party dress. A military medal of my father's. I don't know if that would count for me. We're going to need to find something that belongs to Albrecht. But I'm sure we can figure that out.
There he is.
Made it to the stream for the first time. Gravekeeper, how we doing, dude? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're playing a little Necromancer's Tale this morning. Finding out about mysteries. Going to date yourself with this, but it gives King's Quest 3 vibes. Yo, excellent. Excellent reference. It does, and that's actually kind of why I like it so much. It reminds me of the old Sierra games. I'd not heard that voice in years. It was as deep and commanding as I recalled, though now I heard or imagined a sadness in it. Uncle Jervase.
I am Jervase, Baron of the city of Mons. I am a war hero and brother to your deceased father.
You're also very suspicious.
My dear, it is good to see you. I should have come sooner to visit, but I have been avoiding this place. It's hard to be here and know that my brother is not. Will never be again. Mirabelle and I are heartbroken.
Thank you, Uncle. How is Aunt Belle? Gervais paused briefly but did not answer.
You left word for me with my gateman, I know, but I was not ready.
He inhales deeply and looks at the house a moment.
In truth, I am not still. But today, when Willard brought news of the break-in, I had to come.
So Willard, my childhood foe, had grown to be the captain of the guard. He had turned out well, strong of jaw and kind-eyed. At the mention of his names, he steps forward and nods.
3 people were spotted leaving this area. They were dressed in black and moved as if to avoid being seen, but also moving as if in a rush.
3 people.
Their urgency drew the attention of a passing worker, however, who brought word to a nearby guard. The area was searched, but nobody was found. In that time, it was brought to my attention, and I knew his lordship would want to know immediately.
You think this is the 3 guys in the bar, the 3 old men? Maybe we could ask him for a better job? Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Did I play the Gabriel Knight series of games back to Sierra games? I don't know the Gabriel Knight series, no. I played so many of the King's Quest games, basically all of them. I think like, I want to say King's Quest 2 was the first one I played, but actually it might have been like King's Quest 3 or 4. There's so many King's Quest games at this point, so.
I am Willard, the captain of the city guard.
My uncle clearly was agitated about this.
I knew it. I knew the Shroud would rear their heads. I thought they would strike his grim, but here... It never occurred to me.
Perhaps, my lord. But we get ahead of ourselves. They were seen in this area, but we don't know if they came from here. Perhaps the good master can confirm.
The house was broken into. Yes, I cannot say for what reason. They left a mess, but we could spot nothing that had been taken. Did we see figures on the grounds but did not enter the house? I feel like I did not notice anybody doing this. So good. Puns are good omens. Oh man, puns are always good omens, right? I'm gonna say like we don't know what they took.
Was anyone hurt? Is Juliana okay?
No one was badly hurt, thankfully.
Willard, see to it that a guard is posted here. I should go in and see her. Please, Excuse me.
I'm gonna need something important to you so that I can bury it in my house. Oh yeah, we plant it right here, eh? We don't have the jar of smoke of the devil's wood tree, so I could not attempt the Grave Myst ritual. Also, probably don't do it while Willard is right here. It's good to see you. You're doing well for yourself. You are too kind, Turg. It is good to see you. I only wish it was under better circumstances. I looked up to your father. He was a great man. You have my deepest condolences. You honor him and me with your words. Could you tell me more about why my father's funeral was rushed? Likely no more than you already know. Your uncle was fearful that members of the Shroud would try something just as he think they broke in here. Pick up on something. We have enough acuity for this. You don't agree? I carry myself that poorly. No, I'm less convinced, and we had guards on extra duty. Truthfully, I would have waited for your return. Your uncle is a man of solid and sound mind, but in this regard, he allows his judgment to be clouded by the past. I understand, of course. I had turned 18 when the dead rose. Thankfully, I was not on the front line, but he goes quiet and looks away. Those were terrible times. You were lucky to be away. Do you think the guard will be posted for long? It's for your uncle to say. Perhaps a few days if there are no occurrences. Perhaps less if they are needed elsewhere. Ah, military. Seeing as you are home, he may be happy to leave you to protect your household. He's heard tell of your terms of duty, and in his own way is proud. He mentioned the Shroud. How have they not been stomped out by now? Turg, I understand your frustration. I do. I know what cost attending his grim end funeral. But you've served. You know as well as I do that you can throw 100 good soldiers at a task like this and get nowhere, and we can't afford 100 soldiers, good or otherwise. I have what people I can afford searching for them, but progress is slow. In truth, I think that all that could really wipe them out is time. They grow older, and I cannot imagine they do much recruiting. Goodbye, Captain. I like how he's like, we don't know who the last members of the Shroud are. And I'm like, wow, I literally found out who they were on my first day in town. You're not a very good captain of the guard, are you? Broke in search of something? I remember Turg's narration mentioning that kind of locked room within his home that his father had. Oh, yeah. The wine cellar? Gervase, am I right? It's I, Juliana, my dear. Are you all right? I cannot seem to think straight since the past. Probably good we come in here, too, to make sure that our mother is, like, doing okay in this conversation. Turg has returned home, though. Oh, she knows I'm home. You should see him. He's grown up. He would have loved to see you, but went out with friends. He throws a worried look at me and smiles at her. I would like that, too. Tell him I look forward to seeing him. How is your lovely wife, Mirabelle? Anger flashed across my uncle's face for a second, and then he relaxed with a grunt as his reply. I also asked him how his wife was, and he didn't answer it. Gervase moved to small talk, asking if she had seen the priest, the doctor, gardening, and so on. I shall not be staying long. I've spent too long locked away mourning my brother. Now that this terrible break-in has pulled me away from grieving, there is much work to be done. Sadly, the city did not rest with me. Albrecht would tell me if anything came up in this conversation. Yeah, so I feel like... Did we get a key for this storeroom? No.
Can I help you, my lord?
Ah. I need something of yours, something personal. I have this medal from the war with Venice, a purple rose. Did Gervase say anything of note to Mother? He only asked if she was okay and needed anything. She knows not of the money situation, told him all was okay. That's good. I don't need my uncle lording that over me. I want the guards watching me as little as possible and knowing less. Well, you know, that is how I thought. Scottish, how we doing? Welcome, welcome. Have those guards been outside since they were posted? Food is taken to them and they take turns relieving themselves, so there's always one present. Do you think they'll stay long? Given the lordship's fondness of your mother and fragile state, I couldn't imagine them leaving anytime too soon. Do you know about Devil's Wood? You could talk to Diedrich's grandmother, Sybil, near the north gate. Do you know anything about the trapdoor in the storeroom? The old wine cellar. Zelig had it bolted down after some creatures found their way in through an old tunnel. Horrid, cowering things with cruel fangs and claws. Easily enough to be dispatched. Can it be opened? Mindful of our security and things as they are, I think you should know. Zelig showed me how the mechanism works. Look around for an unusual looking bottle of wine and twist it around. Huh. What do you make of the ransacking? Great concern. I would pass it off as simple burglary, but with everyone knowing our defenses are down, but they were looking for something in particular amongst the books. The shroud? Possible. Best not to discuss it with your mother. Her nerves have been so on edge. I fear she's suffering more. I want to ask about, like, someone my father owed money to. And also, like, what is your idea? Do you have any ideas? Didn't think your father had enemies, but now we know that he did. I found an unsent letter from my father calling in a debt from the man called Oman. Gerhard Oman, the harbor master. What would he owe money for your father for? Why not just pay it? There's something unwholesome about the nature of the debt that Oman wanted erased. The letter calling in the debt was unsent. Perhaps it's that they sought for when they searched our home. Nice. Okay, so we can go probably and give Oman a harder time because he really dissed us earlier. I also recall my father's financial letter mentioned something about a debt marked with a strange sign. I found a letter demanding payment with this marking on it of the Fishguard, smugglers and racketeers. The docks is probably a good place to look for them. Okay. Wow, we got a couple of leads. All right, first things first. Found the unusual bottle of wine that Albrecht had referred to. Twist the bottle. And then I feel like probably I want to equip a sword. Oh, it is dork in here. Let's light a torch. Oh, we got lots of good stuff down here. Jars, a mortar and pestle, ancient Egyptian mummification. Gained insight into how wood alcohol played a key role in preserving the deceased. Oh, I feel like we've known about this. There's a lot to this. Wood alcohol, pure distillation made of brew of wood and water. Yes, we already have that recipe written down. Ah, here's a torch. Quite a lot of straw was spread on the floor. Notice something. Some curious markings peeking out from 2 or 3 spots. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a ritual. Some kind of arcane symbol has been traced into the bare dirt. Hell yeah, dudes. Tinderboxes, torches. I'm going to grab one of these torches. Just so we have an extra one. Stabbing blade, a couple of files. Okay. Necromancer reminded me of Viagra, Razor of the Once Dead. The real necromancy, eh? All right, there's a big gate. Couple big gates down here. Into the old tunnels. All right, we're gonna definitely end up into some combat. This is a combat thing, I think. A ghoul. I don't know where he is. Oh. Hella far is the answer. Dump, 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 dump. Is this the auto combat button? I wonder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna enter and let him come to me. Because I don't think he'll get an attack that way. Missed! Hit! Body rocked. We are a god. We will be an undead god in due time. All right, I'm just gonna light all of these. Where do we think this leads? Surely outside the city walls. Ah, we have a way outside the city, that means. Which we did not have before. Whoa. Oh, no. I saw these flowers and I was like, cool, demonic portal. Okay. The Sea Cliffs. Perfect name for AOW Wizard King. True, true. Some old docks and a little lighthouse. Let's go investigate that for sure. I appreciate that time doesn't pass until you're like, I'm ready for time to pass. Oh, okay, this is a dead end. That's a dead end. That's a dead end, probably. This? Dead end? Yes? All right, the game does a pretty good job at, like, mapping out the boundaries. The Northern Forest. That's the city wall. Okay. I mean, didn't it say like Devilbark was in the north? Farmland. Can I go this way? Yes, I can. Venturing forward into the forest is probably not a good idea, the game tells me. Rituals, father was a nasty, naughty little boy. Yeah, I mean, he was for sure a necromancer. There's no doubt about that. Would this make me a daddy's boy through and through? I mean, there is one thing that we determined is that we had a lot of daddy issues. We decided we were going to play the daddy issue card very strongly in this playthrough. The goals sounds funny. The stormtroopers. Whoa! Stormtroopers always have that kind of a Wilhelm scream, right? What do we got in here? The barn door bolted shut. Goats. I don't have a vessel in my hand to fill with goat's milk. That's not true. Give me your milk. Give me your goat milk. We do have a spell that requires sacrificing a goat, but we have no idea how it works yet. So I guess let's just wither wander. Where are we? Miller Farm. The North Road. Which way is north? That way. Ah, so we're going out the North Road right now. This is definitely going to stop me in a second and be like, you don't want to go down this way. Oh, in fact, there's an invisible wall. Don't want to go down that road. There's more invisible walls. Okay, okay. A sign. Just points towards the city. So we can get into the slums from here? Forgot Turg was daddy issues. Oh yeah, big daddy issues. A cow? Locked farmhouse. Ooh, what's this? Eggs! Egg. Obviously, I also want cow milk. Squirk! Steal these chicken eggs from the farm. Kind of looks like a beehive. Chicken? Cluck cluck. Moo cow? All right. I don't think those are meant to be there. Don't know what those are meant to be. Yeah, there's East Farm. Yeah, it looks like there's like stuff up here as well. Where are we? Here? Yeah, I guess we are, yeah. Ooh, a cave. Yeah, I want to go in that. What, are you kidding me? Of course I want to go in cave. I also want to make sure we have torch and sword if we are going in cave. Spooky, scary skeletons. If a goat asks to milk it harder, call the exorcist. Ooh, those are steps. Oh, your combat. The game just auto-saved though. Ah! Grizzly bears. I don't think this is going to go very well for me. I don't think this is going to go very well for me, but okay. Oh no, we're super dead here for sure. He killed me in one shot. You have died. Let's not fight those grizzly bears then, and let's go down these steps. Bears are the most fearsome of creatures. Yeah, they're not generally something you want to go in a 1v1 with. There's more combat down here, but this is man-made structures, so. Lizard people? Yo, I have made, I think, a big mistake. Oh, 23 damage? Yeah, no, I've made a big mistake. Missed. Missed. And turn. Okay, so this cave is not where we want to be right now. We've learned some valuable lessons. That sometimes the game has places you don't want to go exploring. Yes, okay, I can't just leave. Don't want to go down that road. At least we know there's a cave there now. So that's up by this. So we know there's a cave up here full of fish people and grizzly bears. Ooh. Do I want to do some grave robbing? You better believe I do. Oh! Graveyard soil. Well. That's actually what I needed anyway. Not really why I was coming out here, but get two birds stoned with once, I guess. This looks like it leads to a little hut in the woods. Firewood, water. An old water mill. Svit. You cannot fast travel until chapter 14. Isn't Svit who we're meant to meet? Personal artifacts. Devil's Wood. I thought Svit was Dietrich's grandmother. New game, what's this about? It's about being a necromancer. It's mostly about trying to investigate your father's death, honestly. But we do some necromancy as part of it. Necromancer and daddy issues, right? How many chapters does it have? That I have no idea. Barbara's house. Here's Barbara. Is your house locked? Well, I'm gonna go in it with a sword and go looting around for things. Flour, needle, and thread. I'm stealing all this stuff. Copper bracelet, ale yeast, pillow, stove. Burn down Barbara's house while she's out back with the pigs. Barbara, how the hell do I get back there? Ah. Good day, Barbara. The slummy pig lord with the huge bazungas. The young woman strode about, throwing seeds, fruits, and roughage to the pigs milling around her. The pigs happily snorted and shoved each other out of the way to snatch up the tastiest morsels.
You've gone fed them too much again, haven't you? I am Barbara, contented with my lot.
Uh-huh. She sighed. A gurgling coo arose from the cloth bundle bound across her chest.
Finished,
Oh, she's got a baby.
one. Poke your eyes out and take a look at the little bees. Your mama loves those bees. Yes, she does. Oh!
Where's my army? We don't have it made yet. She catches sight of me and turns, giving a wide smile. A beautiful pendant sparkled at her neck, far more exquisite than one might expect in this part of the city.
Good tidings to you. Have you come out to watch the pigs?
Yes, that's why I'm here. They're certainly a sight to behold.
Pigs are quite smart, you know. You quite get used to them if you get over the smell. I only wish we could keep them. But, you know, empty bellies and all that.
I'm Barbara, pleased to meet you. Turg. And who is this you have strapped to you? Lovely Gisela. Barbara pulls the swaddling aside and a tiny bewildered face pokes out. A coo burbles out. Why, Turg, I've been looking at your face this whole time and didn't notice. Your nose is such a match for hers. How curious. I think you'll find she takes after her mother in this regard. Just see how it turns up. Just so, like yours. I don't trust this lady. I reached out and gently traced the tip of Barbara's nose with my index finger. Outsider trust increased. I don't think much about how my nose looks, but it really does look like hers. I'm trying to make myself friendly with the outsiders because, you know, obviously, zombies. Do you see many of my ilk outside the gates? Rich, educated nobles? The answer is no. The young priest comes along occasionally, although between you and me, there's only one soul he's interested in saving. She paused for a moment and thought she might be finished, but then a thin, sad smile crossed her face and she carried on. There was one of you lot who often came to watch the pigs, a fine gentleman who would talk to me from time to time, just like you are now, but he doesn't visit anymore. I hadn't seen him for some months, and I very much doubt that I will see him again. Oh my God. This is my father's concubine. And that's my little brother. I bet you dollars to donuts, my dad was out here banging the pig lady and had a bastard child. That must smell practically inside there, her building. Oh, yeah. Do you know who he was? You seem very sad about it. I am sad. I rather like this gentleman. He made me feel like a noble, not some wretch who feds the pigs. Just like you. He spoke to me as an equal, and he did not shy away from the filth of the pigs like most of you do. You remind me a lot of him. Was this resemblance more than just a coincidence? A part of me wondered if this man Barbara clearly had feelings for might have been my own father. What was he doing in the slums? Who was he? It would tarnish his reputation. Why do you think you won't see him again? Oh, she hesitates, her eyes searching the air for answers to a question that brewed behind him. When she finally looked at me again, she folded her hands together and adopted a very neutral expression. I heard that he left Marnes recently. I do not think he was coming back. There was more to it than this, but I suspected that she had made up her mind not to tell me the truth. Had the man died? There had been a few deaths recently. My father, of course, counted among them. I don't suppose this friend was my father. The corners of her mouth twitched as I mentioned his name. At first she was silent, but then her face brightened and she let out a hearty laugh. Of course not. Isn't he some great war hero, brother of the Baron? What would he be doing talking to someone like me? It's a laughable idea. Imagine Zelig coming to watch the pigs. She laughed again, a joyful song that lifted the whole tone of this rather serious conversation. But she was right, of course, that my father's presence here would have been quite absurd, and yet I still wondered. Press her for more information. Tell me what you find so interesting if you claim to have never met him. Something flashes in her eyes that made me feel known. We've all heard stories, you know, heard things about the man, knows what he wants and takes it. I can see you're like that too. It was true that he always was quite stern growing up, like there was a sense of purpose behind his actions. What was a war hero if not a man filled with purpose, though? Let's not talk about your father. Maybe we can talk about something else. There's not too many who braved the pigsty. All right, tell me about the priest. Constantini or something? I don't know why he tries with us. He believes whatever we need to get through the day. I believe in the pigs, in my daughter. I think he's only here for, well, I shouldn't say. You won't catch me gossiping. It could ruin his reputation, and I will not have that hanging over me. His reputation. All right, we know something. All right, let's ask you about other things. How are the pigs? Incredible creatures, twice as smart as a hunting dog. You see that stick jutting out of the fence? I watched as one here wedged it in and angled it to make a back scratcher. Simply delightful creatures. They don't have names because we're going to eat them. Did I already ask her about her kid? Oh, yeah. Tell me something about yourself. Nobody important. I just sit and watch the pigs. When Janice is preoccupied, I'll feed the pigs so we don't lose them. He's preoccupied quite a lot. Janice, your husband? He wishes. I admit we're quite close, but I'm waiting for someone to take me away from this life. Barbara cast a lidded glance in my direction and smiled with rosy cheeks. Her beautiful and coy manner contrasted the backdrop and the smell of pigs quite starkly. So you're a pig farmer? No, and I don't intend to become one. Janice is the pig farmer, but he spends most of his days drinking in the shack over there. Out in the cold in his pig shed where he brews his own liquor. I'm gonna ask her about the necklace, but I feel like it's gonna be a bad thing. Oh, this old thing. It's been in my family for generations. My mother passed a few years back and she gave it to me. She said it represented becoming a woman, a pretty thing in a harsh world. Someday I will pass it on. Something about her words didn't ring true. The pendant had a faint glow. Not one I could see, but one I could feel. I broke through her tale with some clear logic. Yeah. It's pristine condition. For generations, it looks rather new to me. You wear it while feeding the pigs, yet the strap is not fade from the sun nor frayed from the swaddling you have on. The stone is clear and not cracked. The metal goes untarnished. I do believe you tell a tall tale. She blinks a few times and then giggles, a sound of merry bells. Nothing gets by you. You know, you remind me of someone I once know. I can't tell if you'll settle for anything less than the truth. All I can say is that it was a gift from someone very close to me. You best not go around telling anyone that. I don't know that I want to hit on her just because I don't really trust her. And I also think that she was banging my dad. So even more reason for daddy issues. Then again, I suppose what way to really double down on our daddy issues than banging her dad's concubine? How is someone as beautiful as you trapped in a place such as this? I am trapped, just as you say, a bird caged wanting to be set free. Maybe you have the key for such a cage. She reaches out and runs a finger slow and tingling along the length of my arm. The warmth of her touch graced my skin and lingered there for moments. Such a strong man, you don't even need the key to break the bars of this cage. Tear open the bars and free me. Nothing is as it seems. Remember, if she's wearing a necklace that doesn't tarnish, something tells me that the moment she takes that necklace off, she's going to be a stinky old pig farmer. She pouted, and tears began to well in her eyes. Oh, women do not interest me in that way. We could go really scandalous here. If it works in Game of Thrones, it works here. Wonder if the mother has lost any amulets recently. Are we spoken for? I feel like we don't necessarily have a love interest. I'm simply not looking for that. Sorry. I'll find my way out one way or another. All right. Leave you to your pigs. At least we're making friends. So, nothing up this way. Got some more eggs down here. I might as well steal them. More goats. Trapped in a fence. The slum tavern, Rosa del Fara. An attractive lady with olive-covered skin, as though she's waiting for everybody. Why is the slums full of like all the hotties? I'm very curious about this.
I am Rosa del Fara, a farmer.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Turk Van Elstrig.
I am Rosa del Fara, a farmer. Pleased to meet you.
Do you live in this hovel? She said nothing for a moment, then she curtsied elaborately, holding out the hem of her dress.
Me and my parents and 2 brothers. All of us under this one roof.
Spend a point. Nope. Just notice, because we're good at investigating, to notice something in her movement. I saw her wince in pain as she stood straight again, one hand on her belly. I see you are blessed with child, Rosa.
Perhaps. I am not sure just yet. Please don't tell anyone, no. For I am not yet married.
Everybody out in these slums is babies. I nodded at her and left. Lordly inbreeding probably made the peasants the hot ones back then. I mean, true. Part of me is starting to wonder, like... are all the lords just been banging people? Ooh, do I have a sword out? No. Oh, the gate is just open. Diedrich's house. Diedrich's grandmother had... We could just fast travel inside the city. Nobody's home. Right, Diedrich's probably at work. I guess let's go home and we'll head to the docks. See if we can look into this debt a little bit. If we need a newborn for a ritual, we now know of 2 sources. VM, I like the way you think, sir. Everyone's like, you should bang these people. VM's like, no, you should take their babies and put them in a blood sacrifice. Hey, do you know about the Fishguard, Darius? Do you like me? Not really.
Jervase, a dock worker.
Nothing a boy needs you to worry about? Whoa, no, I don't want to attack Paolo. Why is that an option? Drago?
Excuse me.
Do you know about the Fishguard? That'd be a good target on my back, he says. Rebecca, do you know about the Fishguard?
Get out of my way, you fool. This ain't a place for gawkers.
Doc's business. Nothing for a taverner to worry about. You live on the docks or a brothel? Thought not. You got enemies, I'd say. I mean, we live pretty close to the docks. All right, let's go harass the harbor master.
Yes.
You break into my home? The young Van Elstrix returns. What are you doing here? Heard you were part of the Golden Ones. No secret I am their representative in Mars. What of it? Just you? No one else in the Golden Ones? The Golden Ones, I think, is like the Merchants Guild. Tell me, young man, who could possibly be capable? Do not tell me you have developed ears for going into competition. I dare say you do not have the metal. What about the apothecary named Bozina? His face twists into a bitter frown. That contemptible woman, she's tried to petition the guild several times and is a thorn on the grapevine of Marnes. She's not a rival. She could not muster the effort to gain any favor amongst my guildmates. Who are the golden ones? The merchants of Rulstein. We make this nation matter to the rest of the world through trade. My port is a large part of that. Goods headed for the Emperor from the east must overcome treacherous overlands through harsh and vast Russia, or they must come through this port. How fortunate for you. Good fortune has nothing to do with my position. I've worked hard, long, tireless days to get where I am. I took a mediocre dockyard from my father and his father and turned it into what you see today. I'm a third generation Nepo baby who runs the docks. Yeah, hard work is definitely what got you there, Gerhard Oman. I see capitalism is alive in the 1600s. Very well. No one else in the golden ones? No, of course not. Sorry. No more questions about the golden ones, but I do have questions about the Fishguard. A thorn in my side. They control the shipping trades in Marnes, and they see fit to ruin my cargo and demand payment. Why not do something about them? I do not know who to apprehend. There are too many of them. Take one out and another fills the spot. A constant in my business. I'm not in the habit of getting into fights with powerful enemies. I'm a businessman. I'm concerned that they are responsible for the break-in at my home. Tell me where to find them. I cannot. Perhaps ask the workers. Do you know how I can get in contact with them? Even if I could direct you to them, why would I? I don't want to do business with them.
Yes.
Well, what about the money you owe me, dude? Oh, the same thing as before. I owe your father nothing. I owe you less. Get the hell out. I'm going to keep coming back for that money like every day.
Whoa, watch out. Heavy crates being stacked.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, no, I wanted to talk to you.
Heavy crates being stacked.
Do you know about the Fishguard? Don't talk too loudly about them. Who are the Fishguard? Port gang, smugglers, pay to keep the docks safe, except they're the ones causing trouble. Do you know how to get in contact with them? I discovered some papers with their symbols. Burn those papers, pretend you never saw them, he says. All right. Not getting anywhere with these bloody dock workers. We were in this trap door before, and we stole a crate of wine. But last time we came in here, we didn't have a torch. Now we do. Now, unfortunately, I think that crate of wine was the only thing that was in here, so. C'est la vie. You can make newborns for the rituals. I've worked hard to be born into wealth. Using ones with your blood might not be the best idea, or it might be the greatest idea. It's hard to say. Hey, can I get a job with the guard now? Andras, is the keep open?
My lord, the Baron is still keeping his own counsel.
Do you know much about the Fishguard? City doesn't know of any such Fishguard. Is this a private conversation for the dockyard? This guy knows more than he lets on. I'm gonna press him. The military really likes me.
Guard at the Baron's gate.
Convince level 4. We have convinced level 3, so this only takes 1 skill point. All right, I'm going to talk to him more. They're smugglers and scoundrels. Certainly the guard must have heard of them. The guard formally do not recognize any such group. If it exists, the people at the docks might know more. If she exists, the people at the docks might know more. If they exist, you must have misheard me. Trust decreased.
My lord, the Baron is still keeping his own counsel.
I see some hired protection for a short journey into the northern forest. Soldiers are not allowed to take side work. You should talk to the forester Savit. The tavern at the docks, he frequents it in the evenings.
Yes, what?
Do you know of a herb called Senegalia Senegal? This is the alchemist here. Never heard of it. Go play your games elsewhere. Do you know what Devil's Wood is? You sure? Maybe ask Svit about it. The young forester type. He knows all about the trees. At that name, I was momentarily speechless. Svit was rumored to be my father's illegitimate son, though we had never met, so he became a forester. Weimer's place, more than likely he's there in town. All right, dude. Well, I lost a bunch of outsider points with that, unfortunately. This is the game you were playing where you could never do the necromancy. Yeah, we're working on the necromancy. It's just taking us a little bit of time to get there. Fish shop. Fish shop? This was probably where the fish workers come from. But I can't get in there. There's only one lady who works at the docks. Oh, also Ramon is our friend. I bet he knows all about it. Do you know much about the Fishguard? The guards near the dock, or is there something else the others are not telling me? A group of smugglers. I don't know about such a gang. There's something weighing on your mind? I have a history with these type of gangs in Venice. Do not mention me. I worry that word may reach back home, and he stops short. It's obviously okay. It's gotta be Rebecca.
This ain't a place for gawkers.
All right. Where am I going? I need devil's wood. I need to talk to my ma for a unique item. And I need... There's stuff about the seance as well, but that was from like the last time we played, and I'm trying to remember. Oman still owes us a debt. Albrecht's war medal, father's military, party dress on my mother's. Yeah, I guess I don't really need something for my mother's because we have this party dress. All right, I'm not gonna panic about this. Struggling to raise a bone simulator, right? Twitch loving ads. Yeah, so Twitch does 3-minute ad breaks every hour. It's unfortunate, but we can't turn it off. It is one of the pets. The annoying pets about Twitch. Spices and herbs. That's the price. Vegetables. Silks and linens. I noticed that Fox is not around here today. She's a guard. Maybe she's a fish guard. Oh, that's possible, yeah. Of course, Garnet's Tavern is locked. Let's talk to the apothecary. Right? Because she wants to join the golden ones. Do you know of an herb called Senegalia Senegal? What about Devil's Wood? You should try her retired herbalist Sybil, a wise woman. Talk to her grandson Diedrich. Or perhaps Halen Gobek. Yeah, Halen was a jerk about that. So something tells me both of these things are going to be in the Northwoods. I guess my next question is like, how do I get guards to take me up there? Diedrich should be here in the academy. Here he is.
Hello.
Hate missing several minutes due to the ads. Yeah, no, that's normally we take our breaks on the ad runs. I did miss that one there, so. On some channels, it's every 15 minutes. So you can do like 3 hours. That's the thing. You have to do 3 minutes every hour. And you can do that in smaller breaks. So you can do like every 15 minutes, it plays 30 seconds of ads. Or it plays like a minute of ads every 20 minutes. We normally do the big chunk because then like when we take a break for playing games and getting water and stretching and stuff like that, we can just run them then. So do you know a local family named Pew? What about Devilswood? Maybe my grandmother does. Are you planning an adventure? Why don't you come over to my house in the morning? It's the morning right now. She'd love to see you. We're still on the main street. Can I ask you about the city? Where's the blacksmith shop? Where's the herbalist? I mean, all of this we know. Need some herbs for the house. Let us talk about something else. Well, you're working. I should probably leave you alone. Nice. Wow, Diedrich, you got over here fast. I entered the modest home and found Diedrich sitting beside his grandmother. She seemed much older than I last remembered. Age and many days spent in the sun foraging for herbs had finally caught her. Her hands, most of all, looked withered and frail. I thought of the days when she worked a mortar and pestle easily and imagined how much harder those knotted knuckles would undertake the same task.
Look who's back in Mans after all this time. I'm sorry the house is so unkempt. This boy here isn't exactly the steward of Obst.
Well, the library is very clean, Sybil, so clearly he's not taking care of you very well. This place isn't exactly the royal summer palace either, is it, grandmother?
How he talks to me, eh? I pity the person who has to take care of him when I'm gone. Tough job, I tell you.
I can imagine. I suspected that Sybil, in all her years intending to strange plants and curious concoctions, would have insight into the Devil's Wood. But the woman had cast off her unearthly interests long ago in favor of becoming a more conventional herbalist. Any information I would have to be minded. The idle chatter chipped away until I found the vein that sated my curiosity. So how's the city been these past few years? Your uncle governs with a firm hand, and he's fair. There's work enough to go around, but Marnes has a strange air these days. The guards are on edge, the aristocrats more conceited than usual, and the dockers are riled up more often. It's like the moment that a potion is nearly done brew and just near the tipping point. Gotta take it off the heat at the right moment or the whole thing spoils, right? No way to rewind unless you watch the VOD instead of live. Yeah, they've been talking about putting some sort of like better live rewinds into Twitch, but I don't know when they're going to be doing that. So it always varies, right? How's your health been, Sybil? Better than most my age. Got the old herbalism kit, and Halen slips me what I need. So he's taken over the trade well. Like a fly to a honey trap, though I wish he'd focus more on the craft and less on tossing his money away on dice. Poor fool can heal all sorts of things, but not that habit. But he's always done right by me. There ain't no stopping old age. At least there shouldn't be. Steer the conversation away from small talk and towards alchemical ingredients? Yeah, I mean, why not? Ah, so you know where to get more peculiar ingredients. What interest do you have in those, lads? I wonder if there's anything that might help my mother. She's been all sorts since my father's passing, and Albrecht and I only know so much with the remedies we have. There's stronger cures, but I worry that the particular malady has no easy solution. I don't think you'll find a simple curative. She was always so reserved and regal. But if those are your reasons, what is it you're looking for? I've read absurd accounts of some strange tree with bark that contorts itself. This must be an exaggeration, but do you know of anything like this? I've heard it can be useful in various remedies. Well, all trees contort their bark. It just takes years to notice. You're speaking about devil's wood, I think. Dangerous to find, even more dangerous to use. It's curiously best avoided, far more dangerous than it is helpful. I hope you'll drop this inquiry. The thought alone rattles me. Only fools like the Shroud are reckless enough to make use of devilwoods and whatever strange rituals they perform. And you can guess how well it served them, given how few Shroud are left. I suppose you're right. If the Shroud use it, it must be dangerous. Thankfully, their time has passed. I can't see if there's even any left in Marnes. She becomes more agitated now, and her hands begin to tremble as she speaks about the strange cult, which has been such a nuisance. The Shroud were truly horrible in their heyday. They committed all manner of sins in the name of the Lich. Mystical power has temptations, but we must be sensible about these things. Yes, grandmother, yes, but you shouldn't get so agitated. Turg is just curious. I was only interested in learning. There are better things to learn, dear. Perhaps it's best we left and allowed Grandma to calm her nerves. Can I bring you a soothing tea before we go, the one you showed me? That would be wonderful, thank you. Hope we talk of nicer topics on your next visit. God damn. So I can probably only talk to her once a day in the morning. I got a feeling. I just want to pop to the barracks to see if I can hire guards here.
Good day.
Oh, I guess not. Can I enter the barracks? No. Lucas?
So, what can I do for you, dear cousin?
You're the schoolmaster?
Yes. Can you believe it? It was about as far as I could get from father without actually running away.
All right, I don't want to talk to you.
The barracks are close to civilians.
May I tarry a while and get to know you? She looked around hurriedly and seeing that there was no one important nearby, smiled shyly, blushed a little, and nodded.
Moika, a guardswoman.
I'm Turk von Elstrix. I could tell she was impressed by the family title.
Stanich, my lord.
You like working at the barracks?
It is a good career, my lord. Though it does not pay well and the hours can be long, I hear that women are not allowed into military service in some other countries.
Well, if I was running the military, everyone would be allowed into service, especially if they were dead. Mac, hello. You have family in the city?
2 sisters, Maya and Angelina. We live together with mother and father in a house near the east wall.
What do you do on your days off?
If the weather is pleasant, a day by the sea is wonderful.
Maybe she's the Fishguard. I could enjoy an evening with good company and some wine.
Yes, my lord. Though I am on duty these next few evenings.
She smiles again, holding my eyes with hers at last.
I am Moika, a guardswoman.
I don't want to take her hand to kiss it. She's on guard, man. You should be a royal handmaiden. Well, she's not that pretty. She's really got that scowl going on right now. Well, farewell for now.
Farewell.
Just casually hitting on everyone I can run into. So, really love the multiple choice intro to this game. Whenever I get this, it'll probably end up going through every playthrough. Yeah, I'm like really curious to do. Like, we're a brute, right? We're an absolute bruiser. But I'd be very curious to see what a intelligence-focused playthrough would be like in comparison. So, Trog, good morning. I think that's kind of all we have to do here right now. We can't hire anybody. We could try to find Seville.
My lord.
Can I leave the city? Yes. Savit, sorry. But he wasn't out there earlier. I'm going to just pop out again, because now that we've actually talked to him and had his place marked on the map, he might show up in the same way that, like, Diedrich's grandmother didn't show up either. Ooh, Nox Vomica seeds. Recognizes from the book by Sybil, which I'd seen, called Practical Herbalism. My nose itched from the foul aromas. It's sensible I'd worn gloves when harvesting those seeds. Yeah, I guess I gotta find him at the tavern first. Honey. Where are those seeds we just picked up? Ah, there. Practical herbalism. What's this? Family Pew 1505. I step into the mausoleum and felt the cool air wrap around me. A strange fog lingered and moved in a slow-flowing agitation. I could feel other presence nearby. There was no way to know which realm they called home. I peered into the fog, thick and unyielding. Even in the confined space, I could scarcely see past my arm. Somewhere within the deep dark miasma, a humming began to emanate through the direction. It was unclear. It seemed to come from the walls themselves, sounding more and more like a dirge growing closer. The fog billowed, and then at once I felt an icy grip crawl its way across my arm and sink into my skin like a vice. A whisper wavered near my ear.
I've seen before. Somewhere else, near the words. You were not curious. Did not want to help.
I'll help you, Wraith. The voice reverberated into the space with a metallic ring and faded away into the fog. There was more to the spirit than I could fathom. I was not yet sufficiently in tune with the realms beyond the physical. Oh, I can get to the cemetery from here as well now. So, in the other cemetery, we're going to go that way. There was a mausoleum and there was a book. Hello, what was this? Lavender, I'll take this. Thank you, thank you. Take everything that's not bolted down. We need to go this way. In the cemetery, there was like a mausoleum where somebody else had died and someone was trying to perform a seance, but they didn't actually have the recipe properly. They had like a knockoff version of the recipe. But we have the real recipe for seances. Fire root. Ooh. Okay. Getting lots of good apothecary ingredients. Main characters in your comic has a spell that basically Uno Reverso cards for necromancers. Require a soul. Like turning off someone's Wi-Fi. It's a very good power for dealing with necromancers. How's everyone feeling about Dawn of War 4? Excited. It looks good. I mean, it looks like it's they're throwing back to sort of the original Dawn of War as much as they can. This is the kiln. Yes, okay. And then we have to wander in here a little bit. Some people coming home. Okay, there was... Where was it up here? In here. That's graveyard dirt. This stuff only comes out at night. Graveyard dirt, graveyard dirt. Unsafe to venture outside of the city. I like the graveyard music. Ooh. What are all these people doing out here in the graveyard? The Van Elstrix crypt. Have we been in here? I feel like the answer to this is definitely no, we have not. A human skeleton. Seance ritual. Oh no, wait, we definitely have been in here. I can't contemplate going past this without good reason. I searched gingerly among the ashes for the personal burial item I would need for the ritual, but there was none. I spotted a faint set of footprints and some bare misshapen feet. Followed them way towards the broken door and through the lower catacombs. I would have no choice but to brave the depths to find this priceless item. There was no chance I could survive down there alone, however. For the moment, I was perplexed as to how I could succeed at this task. The space around me opened up, and from the echoes of the footfalls, I could tell a cavernous space lay below, infested with ghouls, no doubt. Oh, yeah. Well, let's just save a new file here and do some splunking. We're good against ghouls, depending on how many there are. Presumably, if I get him here, only like one can attack me at a time. Two can attack me at a time. Okay. So when the game tells me I am not strong enough to do anything, I should really listen to it and not go and try to do those things. Honestly, we're not ready for the seance anyways, so let's just not go down that road. Yet. Keyword, yet. Okay, and the other crypt was here? Here. The old chapel. That's what I'm looking for, this book. Investigate the note. Clarence Pugh, the Pugh family mausoleum. So that's who the Pughs are that we were asking about. But the truth is that we don't know anything about them. I mean, their mausoleum clearly has to be where that wraith is. Hey, there's another crypt here. Have we been in this one? I don't think we have. I took bones. I took more bones. It'll be useful once I start assembling skeletons. There's ghouls down that way. But there's more bones over this way. What about down here? Okay, there's a ton of bones in this place. There's also more ghouls. How many bones is too many bones? That's the real question, isn't it? A human skeleton. Bones, bones. All right, we're stacking up on bones right now. Some old bones. All right, there's literally ghouls in every direction. So where's my, here we go. You do 25, 30. Right, okay, so the scythe I can only attack with like once per turn. Three ghoul. Behind me? Uh-oh. Oh, I might as well try to lock him in this single lane here, where they can't really do anything but come at me one at a time. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. That's okay though. Get ghouled. Miss, miss, yes. Hell yeah, let's go. We're a ghoul slayer. So I can kill 3 ghouls at once. I just have to be good enough to do it. What kind of game is this? RPG dungeon based? Turn based? It is. It's a story rich RPG. Is how it is self-described, and I would also say that that is an accurate self-description. The combat is a really like secondary aspect of the game. A pile of coins and a bluestone necklace. I think we already got one of them on, yeah. But that's worth like $9. All right, well, let's try another ghoul pit. 2 swords, 2 ghouls behind me. All right, same strategy. Take them one at a time. Clog the doorway. It does appear that we can carry over action points. Frenzy. Gee whiz. Gee whiz. It's a lot of attacks. That's so many attacks. No problem, dudes. Clap them. Clapping ghoul cheeks. Is there anything in here? No. Do we get like XP? Trust. So the educated people hate me and the gentry hate me. The military is pretty trusting of me and outsiders actually really like me, which is fun. Children like me a little bit. Okay, so we've gone both ways here. Let's explore some more of these side rooms. Quick save is F8. That's so unusual. It's normally like F5. All right, so now I'm going to be in trouble. Maybe? No, actually, that is, again, a single spot. Oof. Okay. This guy did the frenzy attack, so he's got like 10 AP. All right, we're at 50 HP. Ooh, this one's not looking so good. We got some bad rolls. Come on. 72. That's a big hit. And he's stunned twice. Incredible. Look at us go, man. Death's got nothing on us. We are made to fight ghouls. Now that we can fight multiple ghouls, we now need to learn how to fight multiple beers. I guess that would be the next step. F8, quick save. How do they keep coming from behind me? Shoot. No, that was the wrong way. Actually, but go here. I don't think they know I'm down here. So you can save up to 3 action points. Oh no, here he comes. body rocked. It's okay, we'll just bait them in. That was not your best round there, Turg. 26. Okay, that's better. We get 3 attacks on him here. 102. Look at that. Big crit right off the top. Ooh, lots in here. Lots of bones and skeletons. A human skeleton, yes. A human skeleton, okay. Obviously, once we learn how to do necromancy, this place is the place to go. Like, this is where we're going to raise an army. I think this is every direction we've gone now. Yeah, because we already went that way. Okay. Uh-oh. This way? Yes. So the real question is should I just leave all these bones here? Oh my god, can I not drop bones? I guess not. I guess not. Okay. I like this person just like sees me go into that crypt and come out like just filled with bones. Bones for days. Need an army of a couple of thousand. Deal with all those beers. Yeah, that's true. Sort. Good. Okay. Back into town. And I think we can pass some time. I put away my weapon. Okay. Jonas, open the damn gate.
Quick, get inside.
Yeah, baby. Burial artifact of my father's to use in the seance ritual. Again, we don't have the Senegal that we need for that. Senegalio, so there's 2 things I would like to do here. One is ask my mother for an artifact. All right, well, she's asleep. 2 was in this library, the safe procurement of Devil's Wood. As men of science, it's imperative we strive to understand the world around us, even those qualities which might seem spurious or supernatural. Looking into the inquiries of Devilwood can provide an illustrative example with proper scientific inquiry. Blah, 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 blah. Devilwood's piqued my interest. It was not unlike certain rare fungi. Its bark carried particular medicinal and alchemical properties. Shavings for the tree are always in low supply. The tree evidently resembles nothing more than a large and gnarled oak during the day, so we have to get it at night. The plant transforms into something more novel, contorting its limbs and branches into strange writhing patterns that my simple-minded porter described as torturous souls yearning to escape. Cecil von Schuler. Natural process, strange reaction to the dark, resolve to study the tree. Few men ever return from a hunt such as that, he warned me. In a place plain common language to mountain folk, a myriad of perils involved in scraping bark from Devil's Wood, and that many men have died trying to do it. He claimed it was a beacon for all manners of ghouls which congregate around Devil's Wood in the night. Discovery is fraught with risk. I salute the intrepid explorers, chastise those who would undertake these risks as unnecessary. Scientific mind is too valuable to chance haphazardly. When we're presented with a challenge, it's our utmost duty to mitigate the risks involved. Yada, yada, yada. The porter of curse refused to undertake the task himself, so I hired 2 woodsmen to enter the forest at night and locate fabled trees. Neither returned. I then sent another 2 men, instructing them to mark the tree and the earth around it with red paint. They also failed to return. Interesting. I sent a farm boy into the forest at day. He located the marked tree, stripped the bark in the safety of the afternoon sun, but sadly the wood proved useless, exhibited no unique properties, and remained inert throughout the various experiments. The porter told me this was because the bark has to be harvested at night when the souls bubble to the surface and turn the tree black. I sighed, knowing these superstitions always grow more elaborate when confronted with science. I sent 3 men into the forest, told them to fortify themselves around the tree before nightfall. In the morning, only one returned, bloodied and ranting. In one hand, he clutched a satchel of dark, contorted bark, and in the other, a small sapling. He raved about strange beasts and curious lights, and I wondered if the tree also produced hallucinogenic qualities. I paid the man a bonus for his find and gave the other men's widows an adequate recompense for their lost breadwinners. The tree now sits in my upper study, and indeed at night the sapling tree turns dark and contorts in strange patterns. It has caused an agitation among the neighborhood dogs, and its bark does exhibit novel properties, but the sapling refuses to grow. The porter tells me it needs strange feed, which is not easy to find. Corpse feed. We learned how to make corpse feed somewhere. But I wouldn't be able to tell you what it was. A bear temple for the bear gods? Come out with a rattling bag, look at her and say, "No one will believe you," and rattle away into the woods. I mean, not far off of what we're doing here. Should we fill this chest with bones? No shift click, control click, alt click to store in chests. That is a quality of life every inventory-based management game should have. Well, sir, we went to the Lord's estate and opened the chest at the bottom of his bed and discovered it was completely full of bones. Just human bones as far as the eye can see. Hey, a cat. Are you going to be friendly with me today? No, it was sleeping. All right, well, let's pass time. It is now afternoon. I feel like we don't have anything to do until the tavern opens.
Ah,
good.
There you are.
Some of our customers are a bit unhappy about something. Can you have a word with them?
Join me for a drink.
Hend. This place is being overrun by less savory types lately. He spat out his last words with an uncharacteristic vitriol and looked in the direction of Tomas, who was nervously counting something in his lap beneath the table. Clients or clients, Hend? Would you want us to turn you away on your worst day? Would I want it? No. Would I understand it? Of course. Business is business, and that man is hurting yours. All right, where are you, Tomas? More importantly, who are you, Tomas? Tomas sat in the corner booth, his skinny frame curled around an object in his lap. I stepped towards him and his eyes darted upwards, expressing fear, then relief, and finally landing on a look of unease and suspicion.
I am Tomas, a farm worker.
Pleasure to see you too, Tomas. I'm a bit busy at the moment. You certainly don't look busy. Rest assured I am. I'd like to learn more about what's keeping you so busy. Talk around the tavern as you're not just sipping ale back here. He slides further back into his booth, his hand shielding whatever rested on his lap. Didn't realize I was the subject of so much attention. What do I do back here is my own business. And it's Garnet's business what you do on her premises. Hear more closely. Yeah, we can check his body language for free. His shoulders slumped, betraying his exhaustion, and that encumbered his wits. I got something on my mind, but that's how it is when you're exploring the town's financial prospects, moving the pieces and all that. Seems to be weighing on you. What's a bit of weight? If you want to advance your lot, that's how it goes. Can you tell me what's going on here, Tomas? 1 point to charm him into opening up. Let him remain cagey. don't know. I'm not done talking to you.
How goes it?
Peer more closely and say you look a bit agitated. What pieces are you moving? You needn't mind that. Did Sophia ask after me? Of course. For the first time, his lips curl into a smile and his eyes cease their nervous scanning rhythm. She's very concerned, but you'll have to explain yourself if you want help. Maybe I don't need help. Maybe I'm doing just fine. We're curious about your enterprise. His back straightened at the tiny scrap of praise, and his tone shifted to that of a confident and accomplished merchant, someone leisurely and assured. I don't doubt it. When people see someone bettering their lot, they're bound to get interested, but I'm afraid this is a private endeavor. The final lip phrase billowed out of his proudful, smiling lips. He seemed to be constructing an entirely new social station for himself within his mind. I'm worried he has some sort of like mystic artifact.
Hello.
Let's talk to Sophia. Are there really so many unwelcome faces in the tavern? Tomas has been skulking all day. He's making me uneasy. He hasn't even tried to chat me up. There is something unsettling about his demeanor. He looks like a rabid animal. Hope it's nothing to do with me. Well, maybe let's talk to Garnet about it.
There you are.
Notice any strange behavior from Tomas before today? Be more worried if he came in here chirping and chipper. He doesn't seem to be drinking very much. He's short on coin, but the coin he does have, he spends here. Can't say the same for his visitors, though. Each one comes in for a quick chat, never buys so much as a single ale. It's a bit odd, but an odd egg keeps odd company. I'm about to kick out one of my loyal customers based on the mutterings of some other drunk patrons. Come back here if it's real cause for concern. What was your trade before the tavern business? You were in the army! I was in the army too before I started working for you. Got a favorite war? Started the Venetian War. At least that was a clean fight till it wasn't. Last I checked, you were hired here as a bar hand, not a soldier. Does Savit drink here? No, he drinks at Weimer's. All right, we'll work for her after. Some kind of mystic artifact, probably planning on using it, and probably very soon. Maybe let me just like...
Leave me be. I just want to have a drink in peace.
This is the other soldier. Okay, no, never mind. All right, we'll spend the skill point.
How goes it?
All right, what's really going on here, Tomas? He turned the prospect over his mind and leaned closer with a conspiratorial wink. Keep it to yourself. I started a little business venture. Pays a lot more than baling hay. It's not strictly legal. Willard and his guards have gotten overzealous with their rules as of late, outlawing this, forbidding that. Only there's plenty around here that still needs their fix. I'm just filling a need. What kind of need? Depends on what I get my hands on. This week, it's seeds. He lifts a small leather pouch from under the table and carefully reaches inside with a gloved hand. When he opens his fingers, a handful of sinister-looking seeds rest in his palm. Strike Nut Knocks Vomit. Real popular with the shifty sort around town. Not quite the right name. This is clearly the seeds that I have just recently picked up. Right? We have a bag of them somewhere? Strikos Nox Vomica. I'm not going to spend 2 points for the correct name. But it sure is an evocative image. Lord knows what they're used for, but the city guard don't like them and my customers do. What do you say? Are you interested in a purchase? How much are you asking? 3 crowns. I can't pay so much. I'll decline for now. Should we go figure out what those seeds do? Where is the alchemy book? Oh, a city guard breezed inside and walks towards the bar. Garnet, a pretty bird told me your tavern is becoming a hotbed of corruption. Any truth to it? I saw an expression of shame flitter across Sophia's face. She stared down her mug, avoiding my eyes and those of the guards. If there's anything sordid, I'd be more than happy for you to check it out. What a relief. I was worried I'd have to start drinking that swill by the docks. Not unless someone tells me something concrete. Sophia's eyes lowered in shame once again, though now I felt that her furrowed brow betrayed an anger. I'll have an ale, Garnet. All right, maybe I should talk to Garnet about this.
Ah, there you are.
He's making the other patrons uneasy. All right, maybe Sophia?
Hello.
I'm sure he's just enjoying a drink. Okay, lose trust for that.
Drink.
Tomaz does seem a bit agitated. Should I rat him out to the guard?
Hello there. I am
This
Maya,
is-
a city guardswoman.
Is this the Maya? No, this is not the one we were talking to. Just want to make sure you're enjoying your drink. I mean, we're in good terms with the guards. We're not in good terms with the workers. If people are stopping by Tomaz, it's being bought for a reason, right? I wish we had that book. And I'm worried if I leave, that guard's not going to be here. You know what? I'm just going to quick save. And then I'm going to go to the academy. Because I think that book was in here on the shelf in practical herbalism. There it is. The sister, the one you have a crush on. I thought so. Okay. Deadly Nightshade. Oh, gum Arabic. Senegalia, Senegal. Hardened sap of the acai tree found in Africa, nearly impossible to cultivate outside of tropical environments. An emulsion of gum Arabic, chamomile, and a blackberry leaf is useful for treating watery bowels. Burn on hot coals to cleanse the space and induce psychic visions. Nux vomica, Strykos nux vomica. Gather fruits when ripe, then strip the pulp from the seeds. Dry and store the seeds whole in a sealed jar. A seed of a strike-on tree, once dried, ground to a powder, is a deadly poison. Useful for rodents and other vermins. Toxic when ingested, inhaled, or absorbed through the skin. Handle with care. In case of accidental strike-on poisoning, administer several spoonfuls of powdered charcoal and monitor for worsening symptoms. Okay, we need to tell the guards about that. It's one thing to be like, okay, this guy has a bunch of seeds, and another thing to be like, this guy is selling poison.
Hello there.
I got something to report. Tomaz is selling illegal contraband. A type that's been banned by the city guard. You have proof of this? Yeah. Sure. I took a portion of the seeds from my pocket. Oh, this is dirty because he didn't sell me these seeds. I just found them. Looks like seeds to me, and you're saying they're illegal, and yet you're carrying them? I brought them as proof. Tomaz is selling them under the table. The man in the booth begins to jitter and place his eyes darting from side to side, hoping to locate some escape he didn't know existed. Show me what you're holding. He lurches forward, but she takes a single steps and pushes him into the booth with a firm hand. Don't make this any harder than you have to. So this is the type of man you are, eh? He looked at me with disdain and spat on the floor. Get Tomaz arrested. Achievement unlocked. She led Tomaz out the building, although his shoulders were low and the manner distraught. Tomaz's body no longer jittered with the nervous energy of a man fearing discovery. He was calm, as though his unlucky lot in life had prepared him for this eventuality. Behind me, I heard Sophia uttering a single guilt-racked sob. I mean, it's just that, like, my father was recently poisoned, and this guy is going around selling poison. That sort of matches what my father was doing, to how my father died, so... That was unnecessary, the way you got him arrested.
Join me for a drink. Suit yourself.
All right, well, I guess let's work our job. Last night's patrons were a little too fond of the ale. Set them free on the tables. Wipe them up. Cleaning up the table. Oh, I can also light all these candles? With my tinderbox? No. With a torch? I lit the torch. Oh, okay. Never mind. The candles are lit. Those two are arguing about their wife. Turg's narking on people. Listen, man, we're a soldier. We worked for the military. Obviously, I'm going to continue. The workers already hate me. The military really likes me. So we're going to get in with the military, and we're going to get in with the outsiders, and the outsiders are going to help me turn the military into zombies. As I cleaned the final table, I felt a sudden pang of envy for the drinkers who had thought nothing about wasting a barrel's worth of ale in their sloshing and dribbling and spilling. It would be some time before my fortunes allowed such unbridled revelry. I continue for several hours cleaning the place up.
There you are.
Can I get my pay? All right. I'm out of here.
Hello.
Did you say something about me to Tomas? He's been acting more creepy than usual. Just that you were concerned about him. Don't give that guy any encouragement. He isn't my type. All the drinks he buys me are welcome, though. Man, Sophia does not seem to like me very much, but... my father is well, thank you. I think he's still lonely after all these years. He never really got over my mother's death. All right, we're done here. It's like the middle of the day. Let's go see if we can't find this guy at the other tavern. You know, also, we've never been in City Hall yet. Well, it's still locked. I know people in the services, they aren't exactly anti-drugs. No, that's true. Anti-poison, though? I feel like most cops I know aren't very big on poison. I'm looking for a man by the name of Svit. He'll probably be here the evening. Do you know much about the Fishguard? Don't go asking dangerous questions in places with many eyes and ears. It might be the pirate lady, you know? All right.
Well, hello there.
No, we don't have anything more to say with you guys. I can ask these guys about Devil's Wood. Goodness, my boy. He knows more than he lets on. We're quite familiar with the shavings of the tree. They were tinged with death, colored by decay, and fused with seeping souls that yearn to cross realms. They're difficult to come by, most dangerous. But the shavings are instrumental in many rituals. Their proximity to death makes them an excellent regent. You make use of them? We do. Do you have some? I will have to buy some. We're not common peddlers. This is not something we trade just to fulfill the idle fantasy of aristocrats. All right, well. I feel like I'd rather go collect some ourselves anyway, so. Merlin, who are you? A young woman sat alone in the corner engrossed in a book. This is the Fishguard for sure. She made an exaggerated moment to show that she's seen me and gestured for me to sit.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Merlin. I am a young woman from Saxony.
Yeah, you're the Fishguard. Why you set her alone?
It's a quiet place to read, away from the bustle of elsewhere.
What do you read?
It is one of Shakespeare's greatest, Hamlet. Only recently available in my native dialect. It is a most thought-provoking exploration of life and death, betrayal and revenge, and the madness of a son whose father has been murdered.
I happen to have a first edition of Hamlet in my inventory. I have some Devil's Wood. Do you reserve it for your wife? Oh, Devil's Wood, that's what we call the thing you rolls up in smoke. Gets you right loopy, it does. Part of your father's job description was to enforce the Defense Force and Discipline Act. Feel like Devil's Wood would have been Mac's college nicknames? No. Not that one. I have acquired a first edition of Shakespeare's Hamlet. Would you like to buy it? I slid the book, which I had stolen from the library, onto the table. She opened the cover and perused for a minute. This is genuine. It's worth 12 crowns. I'm going to spend 1 skill point to see through her lies. It's worth at least 30. Do you think I'm an idiot? 30 it is. Yo. Smile and be a villain. Fenced a first edition of Hamlet. You sound like a visitor to our fine city.
I am from Saxony, but not a visitor. My family moved to Mons last winter. A beautiful place indeed, and the winter here is far kinder than we are used to.
What work do you do here?
Well, I'm a scholar, and an aspiring writer. I fear I yet have much to learn in my craft.
Why the mask?
The men here have wandering eyes.
That's fair.
The veil keeps them at arm's length.
Why not go to a more upmarket place then? Some of us are lacking coin. Lady, you just spent $30 on a first edition of Hamlet. You assume I have plenty of money? My family has its own financial troubles. I don't think I want to just say this to a random lady at the tavern. The last thing I need to do is like spreading that business around town. You were an angel in college? No, I'm not so sure about that. My apologies. Do you know much about the Fishguard? I'm just a tavern goer. Why should I know something about fished? Just a tavern goer? I've been told this tavern is where I can meet them. I don't want to insinuate that she's... Very well. Information like that is expensive. How can I get in contact with them? For 15 crowns, I can arrange a meeting. Can you not go any lower? I care about coin, not deeds, so neither should you seek to pay in kind. I like the idea of getting to know the Fishguard because the dock worker guy is like anti-Fishguard, so therefore I'm like, okay, well, I want to work with these guys as well. Somehow I'm both a good guy and a bad guy in this. Or I should say, so far, I'm both a lawman and a criminal.
I am a young woman from Saxony.
Faye, congratulations. Getting your way there, man. Well, she just paid us $30. I guess we could pay 15 back. Know that things happen on her schedule, not mine. I suggest tomorrow in the room upstairs. All right. Well, I gotta be honest. I gotta wait until evening to meet Svit. Sherman Channing Gustav. Men. This man was loudly chastising employees for shoddy work, lost a contract at the docks over it. Svit. Stared down by a young, sullen-looking man, perhaps 2 years my junior. I'm Turk Van Elstrig. I know who you are. He ignored my outstretched hand. I'm Svit. I know of you, friend. Younger than me and in the orphanage before I left for my schooling. Let's make friends with this guy. He's an outsider. Outsiders are our homies. Flip-flopped on lawful and evil based on our needs. A true noble? Neutral. Lawful and evil are not mutually exclusive. That's true. And honestly, a necromancer or a lich is typically lawful evil. So lawful evil does sort of make sense for us. But I feel like crime is unlawful. I suppose it depends. His trust increases. Tell me of the forest. Wondrous place, Gov. The ancient places are not understood by most men. I like to keep to myself, so it suits me to work there anyway. It's best to keep your wits about you when you're outside the city walls. As a forester, you must be an expert. Have you heard of something called Devil's Wood? I have a mystical tree which seems different every time you look at it. Do you know where it can be found? I know a place. A clearing deep in the forest. It makes dense with strange fog that makes you drowsy. It's not safe. I feel like I need to butter him up before we ask him to go. They say you're my half-brother. He grinned sarcastically at my choice of words. Zelig's bastard, I know my place, but I wish you noble types were more honest about it. His sarcastic demeanor reminded me suddenly of my father before he flew into his fits of anger. He performs an elaborate mock bow. Ah, man, if you're my brother, I'll gladly call you so. I got nothing to lose. It's not like we have an estate worth any money, so... Thank you, brother. His trust increases by 8. Will you take me to the place where the devil's wood grows? It's not safe. Although, I am a soldier. So maybe you'll be of use in a tight spot. All right, we're going to have to spend a point to think of something to persuade him. I'd like to get to know you, and this substance is important for my research. It would be nice to spend the time, and you'll probably get killed without guidance. You'll have to tell me about your research sometime. Meet me at the North Gate in the morning. Make sure to bring a weapon. Maybe bring a friend or two. Sick. Do we have any other friends? I don't think we do. Oh, there's a downstairs? With a sexy woman in lingerie? This young woman was wearing a rather fetching tricorn hat and not much else. Hello. You'll have to speak to Alona if you wish to spend time with me. Who's Alona? My boss. Talk to the man Gustav upstairs. An alcohol still. An alcohol still. An alcohol still. Wood and water in an alcohol still makes wood alcohol. Wood and a bucket of water. And wood. Do we need a stirring implement? Could have sworn we had a ladle at some point. I brewed wood alcohol. So we're going to need that to keep corpses mummified? Unconditional brain gang will knock that Fishguard out of the town in no time. Who the hell are we going to get to come with us? Diedrich seems useful. There is that, like, roguish guy, Ramon, from the docks.
Hello.
Would you accompany me on a short trip into the northern forest? It's not safe. All right, well, get lost then. Some good you were.
Assalamu alaikum.
We must speak about that fight between Janko and Mary. You saved Marijan, my true love. For that, you have my thanks. Janko has since calmed down. His temper came from the drink. In truth, he's already found another woman. Perhaps it's for the best.
Evening.
All right, Janko.
Thank you for your assistance. Jealousy is a terrible thing.
How is the lovely Hamid? She's very well. I surely brighten her life even as she brightens mine. Where are you from? All of these places, Rome, London, Paris, and more. I was actually born in a fishing village in Runestarch, but I count it. What about your work? I'm a celebrated stage actor. Even worked with the great Italian singer Antonio Bernacchi and the illustrious composer G.F. Handel in Ciro Re di Persia. Of course I've heard of this work. He seemed impressed with my lie. I'll leave him to his drink. Mendas, you're a soldier. Would you like to come with me?
I just want to have a drink in peace.
Yes, perhaps this mercenary could accompany me to find the Devil's Wood. Might I offer you some coin for a short term of protection outside the city walls? Short walk into the northern forest to collect some herbs. I held out 2 coins, which he took. Sick.
Join me for a drink. Suit yourself.
I doubt you guys want to go.
I am Sophia, a childhood friend of yours.
She's not fit to go out into the forest, but Ramon would be.
Hello.
Let me get you another beer, my friend. Let me get you another beer. I was feeling a little drunk. All right, well, enjoy your stuff. I can't get that drunk. We've got necromancy to do. Take the guard lady I was flirting with. Yo, that's an idea. This is good. This is good thinking. She says she's busy in the evenings. But evenings are not the morning, and we're going in the morning. Though we need to be there at nighttime is the problem. Because otherwise I can't harvest the devil's wood. Ralph? Eric? Hey.
Good day.
Where's the pretty lady I like? She said she'd like to go for walks? Maybe she's down by the dock? Yeah, it's a tight squeeze. Find yourself writing or saying words you don't intend to. You have to be careful reviewing the things you write in order. Yep. 90% positive it was caused by you falling down a flight of stairs. Then stopping the momentum using your face. That'd do it. Can't tell you how many concussions I had as a kid. Oh, look, the whole gang is over here. Dock gang.
Right. Here. Hurry up.
They're playing dice games down at the docks.
Alphonse. I read 7. See? Diamonds or hearts.
Oh, damn you, Drago. I was 2 rolls away from Gratska.
You need to roll faster to keep your cards safe from me, Darius.
Hush up, you two, and pass the dice to Rebecca. I need a piss.
This, gentlemen, is how it is done. Black, 4 and 2. Hand them over.
Damn it, I'm out. Well, at least I can piss now. Anyone want another drink?
We can invite the entire dock gang with us, but I doubt they're gonna come. Got TBI from it. They monitored you to make sure you weren't having any lasting threats. Oh, God. Brutal. That might do it, yeah. Not fun at all. I always just like say words. I switch words and sentences a lot. And it's something I've really had to like try to become aware of doing. It's hard to keep track of those kind of mental things. Dock gang? After dark? Don't think so. We're very busy by day. Sorry, Gov. Yeah, nobody wants to come with me. I think you had a good idea of being like, can we hire that lady guard? What about the wheelwright? That dude was a chunk. He lived right here somewhere. Locked. All right, maybe not. So in the morning, we can go by Diedrich's house again to ask about that family. Ask the old lady about the family. Other than that, honestly, I don't think we have anything else to do. We've got a mercenary who I feel like is going to be like probably good enough. We're also a soldier, so like we're very good at combat. I think we'll be fine. I'm going to go to sleep. Oh, mama, you're awake. She continues to float around the house like some sort of Wayne specter, more from habit than conscious intent. Her movements stilted and uneasy, as though every part of her was in disharmony, moving through familiar patterns without ever synchronizing with the rest.
Hello.
The crash of metal against metal drowns out his cries. His heart sears away his tears. What are you talking about, Ma? He's not happy, can't you see? He's unhappy. His brother saw so much. He and Zelig. They were each an eye within the pair. But do they not see this? Have they been struck blind? Someone familiar in her words, her impression of a person that I'd only briefly met. I only have 1 skill point left, and we're not done the chapter, probably until I get that Devil's Wood. So something feels like I'm gonna probably need that point to get the Devil's Wood. Do you wish me to be like Aunt Belle in a stupor, forever waiting for Jervase to come home? At least my Zelig is more punctual, more attentive when he's here at any rate. Ask her for a personal item. I'm the most special thing in the world to you. I think I need to rest. She looks very worried. All right, so the dress will work. Do you know of the family named Pugh? Yes, I know of them. They're all dead. They owned the house before Zelig bought it. The last was Lord Clarence Pugh. He killed himself, killed them all. I see him sometimes in my dreams calling me home. Their mausoleum is near the northeast wall in the forest. Okay, I was totally, I nailed that. That's who that wraith is. All right, let's rest. It's night. Yeah, we can advance through to the next day. Now she's mourning. We're ready to go talk to the grandma. And we're ready to make our way to the eastern gate. So we'll go by Diedrich's house, and then we'll head to the eastern gate. And we'll head out. Oh, no, they all said they were at the northern gate. So we'll head out to Diedrich's house, and then the northern gate. And then we'll make our way out in the forest. But why don't we cut that into the next video? We hope you come back and join us. Until then.